Cassie Lomas and I'm the makeup ambassador for Be. I want to show you these Be Creative Art Edition palettes. They have everything that you need for a gorgeous evening look. There's lots of colours for a smoky eye there, so I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to do it with my gorgeous model Chloe. Now, this has got two great shades and an eyebrow wax. Now, if you don't know what the wax is for, it's kind of a little bit of a glue. So, I'm going to start by applying this with a brush. I'm going to literally just pop my brush into the wax like this. I put a little bend on the brush that you can see there, and that's so that I can get a nice angle when I go into the brow. I'm going to pat off any excess on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to sweep it through the brows.
How can you do the upwards motion?
Because you want your eyebrows to go up, because then this in turn lifts the eyes up and gives you a really wide awake look.
So you never do a cross?
Never do a cross with your eyebrows because they tend to look a little bit like slugs. So I'm brushing this upwards, and then that wax is coating all those eyebrows. I'm just going to use a little dab of shadow, take off the excess on the back of my hand, and just where there's any little gaps, I want to feather through some colour.
So the wax would help it stick then?
Yeah,
so
the eyeshadow sticks to the wax.
So that's good for the night out, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it
because
lasts longer.
Of course, yeah, we always want our makeup to last as long as possible. For any evening look, it's really important that it lasts. So we start by priming the eyes. I'm using the Marleybone eye primer, just using my finger, dipping it in the product, and then applying straight onto the lid, as you would a cream eyeshadow really. Mainly on the lower lid, and then just taking any excess up towards the brow.
How come you'd use a primer first to put eyeshadow on?
Because we want it to stay, so whenever you prime your face, whether it's foundation or eyes or lips, it just really helps to grip the product and helps it last a lot longer. Now moving on to my colour. I'm going to start with the darkest shade, which is this silvery grey called Kensington. That's absolutely stunning for an evening look. I want to apply this in the socket of the eye. Always tap your brush just to take away any excess so it doesn't fall down onto the face. Make sure you pull the eye up just to get a really nice flat surface, and then you can get the colour right in the socket. So always pull the eye up so you get another few millimetres to work with. Next, I'm going to go for the Chelsea eyeshadow, which is this beautiful silver. I'm going to pat my eyeshadow brush into that and then just tap off any excess. And I just want to pat, as I did when I patted into the eyeshadow palette, I want to pat onto the eye, right the way along the lower lid, making sure you get right into the corners of the eye. These two tones look really nice together because they're the same colour palette, but just different depths. I'm just going to use another brush with the green colour. Now this colour I'm going to apply underneath the eye, so it gives a really nice party look. Look up for me. I'm going to press into the eyes and just use my finger to blend. I'm just going to use a clean brush now just to swirl all that together. And blend this socket line so you can't really see where it starts and stops. I'm doing this with a brush, but you could use your finger if you wanted to. You could just pat it out like this.
So would you use a brush as well to smudge underneath the eye to blend, or would you just use your finger?
Do you know what? I actually did use my finger. When I applied the green underneath, I just used a clean finger to run it along the underneath of the eye, which just helps soften and blend the edges.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go back with my primer and actually use this as a little bit of a highlighter. So I'm just making sure my fingers are really clean because I did pat the grey eyeshadow with them. And I'm just going to go over the very, very top of the brow bone there. Can you see that's giving a really nice shine? And also it helps to blend that line, that socket line. So if you do struggle with your eyeshadow, these creams over the eyeshadow help to just take away any mistakes that you may do. I'm going to use the primer as a highlighter as well. It's got a really nice golden tinge to it. So using my finger, I'm just going to apply this to the cheekbones. You can be quite sparing with this product. And just drag it from the cheekbone. I'm going to finish this look off with the Be Longer mascara. It's amazing for getting lashes that last all night. It creates like little tubes around each individual lash and it really helps them stay upright. There's no flaking or dropping with this at all. It really is my favourite mascara. So I just want you to look down for me and use the brush horizontally to start with and then turn it round to the tip so you can comb the eyelashes into place. What we don't want is any clumps. So make sure you keep combing and combing it until they're all perfectly fanned out.
Would you put on an extra layer of mascara because it's a nighttime look, or just?
Absolutely. I always like about 3 layers of mascara.
Same.
But with this, I don't need to try as hard because, like I said,
It's really thick anyways.
Yeah, it's a really, really good
Maximising.
mascara.
What about eyeliner?
Actually, it's funny that you should say that because one of my little tricks is to use mascara as an eyeliner. So I just get a little eyeliner brush and pat it into the mascara wand. Take off any excess on the back of my hand, close your eye, and then just sweep some on the outside corners of the eyelid into the lash line, and that just gives the illusion of a thicker lash line. And there we have it, your evening look out, volume 2.